Happy Homebrew Wednesday, folks. It would be time that I would finally freaking do a pour of my porter. The one I brewed on May 5th. So it's been about over 2 months since this was brewed. Being the person that I am, I've actually noticed after I bottled it that I actually had some fruitiness from that English yeast. It's kind of like an appley flavor. But it's been going away, you know, over time, so it's been turning out pretty good. It's pretty robust. I think it finished at about 10:21, so it's pretty on the high side for a robust porter, at least by style guidelines. In other news, I'm a little toasted right now. I had a Sierra Nevada Jack and Ken's barley wine, which is absolutely amazing. And if you guys have any bottles, or if you can find any bottles, you need to freaking get it, because it's absolutely one of the best barley wines, at least one of the absolute best American barley wines I've ever had. So I'm gonna definitely go out and pick out a couple more bottles, because they're still floating around here, up here in Michigan. So anyway, we got a Coonhen tulip, because tulips are like the universal freaking glass for everything in the world. Yeah, carbonation is pretty good in this one. And we got some yeast stick on the bottom of the bottle, like always. Succulent yeast is always a good deal. As far as color, you know, pitch black pretty much. I can't see shit through it, so yeah. Good 1 or 2 fingers of tan head. Good density. Great retention. Take out the smell. So there's no freaking fruity apples in this. Oh, there. Oh, damn, that's good. Let's see. Lots of milk chocolate with caramel and a little bit of biscuit and roasted malt flavors. Slight bit of fruitiness, but not that much actually. Not as much as it was like about 3 weeks ago after I bottled, or it was finished carbing. So that's good in that respect. A little bit of roasted malts, you know. I used about 8%, or no, I'm sorry, half a pound of roasted barley, and this was about a 1070 beer. So I mean, it was the lowest percentage of malt that I had, but I didn't want to overdo it too much, because after you use too much roasted malt or black barley, you get into the stout region. So I decided that if I use a lot of chocolate malt in this, then it would pretty much put it in the range that I wanted it to be, which basically was the Founder's Porter range. The Column uses a lot of chocolate malt, so I decided to go that route. And I use a little bit of Munich in here, so that's why I get a little bit of biscuitiness. So overall, really, really balanced and really nice. Let's take a taste of it. Wow. Yeah, wow. That's really, really good. The yeast definitely cleaned up the off flavors that I had previously experienced a couple weeks ago. And this is very, very chocolatey, very milk chocolate with some caramel and biscuit on the side. But I mean, it's just like very chocolate forward, but it's still very balanced. And I used about 38 IBUs of typical English style, you know, American grown hops like Northern Brewer and I think Fuggles and stuff like that. So basically, like, essentially the English clones that are brewed or grown in North America. So I mean, hop character is minimal in this, and that's exactly what I wanted. So I used an ounce for bittering, and I used a half ounce at 30 minutes and a half ounce at I think 10 minutes or something. I can't remember exactly, but it's probably on my hot fill. But I mean, it's got a little bit of herbal quality in the aromas. So overall, it's very balanced and very much straightforward to what I was looking for when I brewed this. Zero cloying sweetness at all. I mean, as far as dryness on the finish for a 1070 beer that finished at 1021, not cloying at all. Some layering notes of roasted and milk chocolate flavors. A little bit of breadiness. Man, I'm very pleasant with how this turned out. Or pleasantly surprised, rather. And there's the Michigan Beer Cup coming up in the middle of August. I have to turn in the bottles this week. So I've got all my registration filled out and everything, and I'm gonna give them to my local homebrew supply, and they're going to submit them to the competition. So, hoping. I know that my brown ale, it was a little bit too fruity for as far as the English brown ale style goes, but I still pretty much enjoyed it. So I think it's a worthwhile addition to the entries. And then I have that rye IPA, which is still carbing right now. I bottled it last Monday, so it's been about a week and a half in the bottles or so. So I'm going to submit those, and I'm going to submit my fee and whatever. I'm going to see how it turns out. It'll be my first homebrew competition, but there's more and more to come. And I know that there is another one in October with submittals in mid-August, so I will be submitting for that one, along with the Reddit competition, which is basically why I brewed my rye IPA, was for that competition. So, and for my next brew, I'm still pretty hooked on going to be doing a Belgian Pale Ale or a Belgian Amber Ale, much like the Rare Vos of Omegang, which is kind of like what I think I'm probably going to lean towards more of an amber, but yeah, I think use some biscuit, I might do my own little swing to it, but I might use some biscuit malt and a little bit of Special B and a lot of Belgian pills, and then white yeast 550 or something, and we'll see how it turns out. I haven't brewed a Belgian yet, and of course I am a huge fan of Belgian, so it will be a good experience. It'll probably turn out good because all of my all grains except for the rye IPA, because I haven't tried it yet, have turned out great and certainly drinkable. So I will be continuing to brew all grains on the weekends because it takes so damn long. So anyway, freaking good beer, and looking forward to designing some more, because I designed this one myself according to the Designing Great Beers book, which is bam, right here. So definitely a good publication and worth your time if you enjoy reading or enjoy beer, because I find that I really enjoy reading about beer. So cheers, guys.